Welcome back. All right, continuing my look at prospects in this year's draft class. The 2025 NHL entry draft is almost upon us. Today we're going to discuss Brady Martin. Brady Martin's a center. He stands 6 feet tall or 184 centimeters, 187 pounds or 85 kilograms for those who speak metric. And Brady Martin's a fascinating prospect because there are really divergent opinions on what Martin might be at the National Hockey League level. And so, again, we'll see where he ends up getting drafted. So, Elite Prospects has him at 12th. Hockey Prospect has him at 4th. So, if you want to see just how all over the place this year's draft is, there you go. That's why yesterday doing the mock draft, I was like, I guess, yep, sure, why not? Number 11 in NHL Central Scouting's North American Skaters list as well. And then number 12 on Bob McKenzie's list, and number 6 on Craig Button's. So this year's draft, it really is a matter of we like this player for these reasons. Well, somebody else looks at that same player and says, yeah, we get those reasons. However, and they'll mention what that player's issues are that are causing that drop. So we'll see where he ends up, but he played for the Sioux Greyhounds this year and last year. And of course, if you've watched Shoresy, you know the Sioux are so in good. So last year, 50 games, 10 goals, 18 assists, 28 points. He had 40 penalty minutes. Penalty minutes are part of his game as well. This year, 57 games, 33 goals, 39 assists, 72 points, and 68 penalty minutes. He's an aggressive, physical player. He's going to be a fan favorite wherever he goes. It's just a matter of which line he's going to end up being on. So he's strong, he's physical, he's an energetic player. He's a guy who gets on the ice, goes out there, throws some hits right away. And he's tenacious. He's a tenacious forechecker. The forechecking is seen as fantastic. He's also viewed as a leader. So, yes, this is a player that I can understand why some people are excited about his NHL potential. He's a very good puck handler going to the net. From the descriptions I saw on a couple of the prospect reports, the scouting reports I looked at, it sounds like the whole beast mode idea. And when I talk about a player going beast mode, is they get that puck on their stick and they're going to the net. And good luck stopping them. There are players in the NHL that can do that. There are a lot of players that can't. So the fact that Brady Martin's doing this in the OHL is probably eye-opening for some scouts because that kind of strong physical play, if it translates to the National Hockey League, could be huge. We've seen that in playoffs. We have seen that in key games during the regular season as well. He is already, at this point, good for a checking line in the NHL. So one thing with Brady Martin too is he may very well be a player who plays more. He may not need the development time, is what I was going to go with. He may be more NHL ready than some of the others in this draft class. He's already set for a checking line role in the NHL right now with that offensive upside. So that's where the debate comes out. So what is he going to be? His scouting, or skating, I should say, gets talked about in that he has some skating mechanics issues, which leads to some issues with his acceleration. One of the reports that I was reading, he got caught on a breakaway. So he has a breakaway, but his skating speed not as good as the defenseman coming back, who knocks the puck off of his stick. So there is that side of it, where the skating is not elite, it's not fantastic. That can cause a player to drop. And then the other part, too, is he can be predictable with the puck. Offensively, he's not as impressive as he is defensively. His offensive game not as impressive as his checking game. So he can sometimes hold on to the puck too long. He can be a little bit predictable as to where that puck's going to go. So you can end up with turnovers there. I've mentioned his skating not being elite level speed-wise. So you can see why some scouts would say, I don't know that I would put him into a top 6 role. Maybe he's a third liner. And he does sometimes try to force passes where passes may not be available. So the question becomes, is he a number 2 center in the NHL? Is he a number 3? Or is he a number 4? Because some reports I was reading said he'll at least be a third line center. And then there were a couple I saw that said fourth line. And then the optimists saying he should be a top 6 forward. And a very popular one at that. So since he's a center, he's a strong center. Philadelphia drafts at 6. And as Philadelphia fans reminded me yesterday, and I know they're looking to draft a center, but Martone was right there. And this is where the argument comes in of I always believe in drafting the best player available, but I do understand that there are teams that draft by position. Even though I feel like historically it's been proven that absolutely backfires. Boston drafts at 7th. Anaheim drafts at 10th. Anaheim's one that stood out to me because the style of hockey that Martin plays here, forechecking, tenacious, a lot of energy, decent offensively as well. I think, Pat Verbeek would probably identify with the kid. And then number 12 is the Rangers. I can't see him getting past 12, but if he does, keep an eye on Montreal because they do have the 16th and 17th overall picks. You could parlay one or both into a move up that draft chart if you want to, and so we'll see what they do. So Brady Martin, a center, and is going to be very popular at the NHL level for the team he's playing for. With some of the things I've been reading, the penalty minutes and just how tenacious and how many hits he throws, he probably will be less popular with opponents and less popular with opponent fan bases because he may very well end up being one of those players that because he throws so many hits and because he's so aggressive, might upset some people with some of the hits he throws at the NHL level. But we shall see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.